And we're back in the truck. So we got no cool call. This one has a bunch of Trane package units. I think it's on a Veritrax system, so we'll see what's going on. So
All right, I found all the Veritrax. So we're on the first floor. So third floor, second, first floor. So these first floor. I'm guessing this is the first floor, and we do have a flashing red light. So let's see what's going on. And alarm. Heating high temperature limit output. Heat fail. What the heck? In July, why are we heating? Yeah, so RTU 10 is gonna be our suite that we're trying to figure out here. And 2 through 6, but they didn't call. So we need to see 10 and 11. So we got an issue with 10 and 11. So it looks like we cleared the alarms. Okay, so we are currently occupied. We are in cool mode. Our set point is 70 degrees. And we are at 76 degrees currently. So we're gonna go check that RTU and see why the heck it's on a heating failure. All right, we found our unit. This is number 10. She's not doing anything. So let me see what's going on. The disconnect's on. So let's open this panel up and see what we can find. All right, filters were just replaced in March. They are pretty dirty. Let's see. I mean, some air. It looks like some air can still pass through there, but the unit's not doing anything. So we're gonna go ahead and test the unit, make sure it actually works. If it does, then we know there's a control issue. It could also be on a delay, but we'll go ahead and just go through the test mode and see if it's working. That's number 11, it just kicked on. So like I said, it might take a minute, but we're gonna go ahead and test it. So go to test 1 to test 2, and then we should see that light starting to flash. Okay, it's flashing. Our blower should be on right now. Okay, so we have no blower. That would explain why we had a high limit. Nothing. When we are in test mode, I can see the unit flashing. The contactor for the blower is not closing. And it's not doing anything because it probably realizes that there's no blower. So, we're gonna go ahead and just reset the power. Could be in some kind of lockout because of that Veritrax error. So we'll go from there. So let's try. Okay, so the blower just kicked on. So it may have been in a lockout. This is good. We now know that the blower is working. So we're gonna wait a while and the AC should just kick on its own. So we'll give it a minute to do its thing. I'm gonna put some panels back on. All right, so the blower shut off, but so I put it in test mode and it turned back on. So yeah, the Veritrax thing might be doing something. All right, so we got compressor 1. So yeah, I think I cleared out whatever lockout had happened. There's compressor 2. This should shut both off. All right, and we are in heat mode. We're gonna go ahead and turn that off. And this will take us back into normal mode. So I'm gonna go ahead, now that I know the machine works, I'm gonna put these panels back on and we'll just have to wait till the Veritrax reset and start calling. All right, so got tired of waiting in the sun, so I'm back down here. We can see that we are calling for fan, we're calling for compressor 1. So let's go see if that's actually happening. But yeah, I think it was just taking some time, and then I had to clear out that lockout. Okay, so we have a Trane VariTrac here. This is the one with the screen. So you can have like a bunch of these modules tied into one, so you don't need a screen for every single one. So you can see if we hit view here, we can see that this one does RTU 8 through 11. Yeah, so that would be 11, 10, 9, and 8. So it does all of these. All right. And then there's another one up there which does all of those. So anyway, so basic thing is you have your main screen here, view. This is how you can see all of your different sections. You can define these based on suite numbers, which is usually the best way of doing it. And they're set up as, so like let's say we want to go into here. So now we can see all the zones under this suite. So here's all the zones. We got 5 zones, page down, page up. If we want more information on a particular zone, we can touch it. Here we can do override. We can check the occupancy schedule. And then we can see that the temperature is 71 degrees and the current setting is at 70, and we can change this here. If we go to advanced setup, we can do zone status, so it gives us more details of what's happening. As you can see here, we can see the unit track, our zone temperature, our active set point, our zone temperature set point, which is 66.7, and we can see control mode, what mode it's in. We go down, we can see our damper position, our minimum set point, our maximum. So yeah. And then we can hit back, we can go to setup, and this is where we can change the settings for this particular zone, right? So we can set our occupied temps, our minimums, and so on and so forth. So now the next thing, if you hit this takes you to home. Alarms, if there's any errors, this is where they will show. I've cleared them. If you want to clear them, you can go to setup. So actually, if there is an alarm there, you can select the alarm and then you can delete it, or you can go to setup and then you can, you can clear it. It's not showing because there are none, but yeah, you can go into your schedule. This is where you set your occupied, unoccupied, after hours, and this is your advanced setup. So if you want to see what the actual RTU is doing, you go to HVAC equipment, you go to OCCP systems, and then you can choose your RTU that you want. And then we can go into system setup and status. We go to status, and we can see what kind of units in there, what it's doing, if it's connected to the network, which it is. We go down, we have 5 pages. We can see that its supply air temperature is 57.2. We can see our static pressure, our supply fan is on, and we can also see that we have 5 requests. That means all 5 zones are calling. And this also tells us how many compressors. So we have compressor 1, compressor 2 running, and supply fan is on. So that's really helpful, so you don't have to go back and forth. But we know that the unit's running. So yeah, that's some of the stuff you can do with these Trane VariTracs. So they're kind of nice. They're old, but and I think they're obsolete now, but I kind of like them. It's kind of nice to just have a screen here where you can access stuff. So anyway, but yeah, I thought I'd show you that stuff. All right, so I'm back on the roof, and she's back up and running. So we basically had a lockout on the board, so it was just not responding to anything. It was giving me some kind of heat error. From what I understand, the belt had broken and they had just replaced it. So I think whoever replaced the belt didn't reset the system. So yeah, that could be it. Yeah, they told me not to run the heat. It's too hot. So anyway, we'll make a note of that, and then we'll have to come back when it's cooler to, test the heater. But yeah, she seems to be operating fine. So yeah, so if you come across an old Veritrax system connected to a Voyager system, basically the best thing to do is to go to the Veritrax, because it'll tell you, well, assuming the guys had labeled everything properly, but it'll tell you which RTU it is, and if there's any error codes, it'll show there. So that's pretty much what I did. And then you just have to come up here and then check everything. And I did check the rest of the unit. It seems to be operating fine. So anyway, hopefully this helps you out if you come across a system like this. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, comment, tell me what a horrible technician I am. Hit that bell notification and follow me on Instagram, Facebook. And if you want to support channels, pick up some tools. It helps the channel. You get some awesome tools. And just keep watching these things to the end. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.